So it's going to be just a series of reverse engineering and looking at more range theory examples. So I'm looking at this low to this high up here, dragging it out. This is the environment below here where we're anticipating a reaction right off the rip. See if I put it here, this is when that high got made. So that's the low, that's the high, that's the range. Immediately, if we're buying and looking to go higher, we're immediately looking at or below the 50%. What else adds to our filter now is where are there sell stops? So I can see a little box of data here, and right underneath that box, there's going to be sell stops right here. See, so I narrowed it all down. That's where I could find sell stops within inside of this range created from this low to this high. So the idea is that when the market comes down, it's going to look like it's selling, and that's going to paint a selling idea, and there's going to be people selling short term, and that's going to put buy stops above that high, which is actually what's going to be the completion point of our idea. The market's going to pull back into a cheap environment, pick up cheap sell stops, and then run out the buy stops on top. And that's where we're going to close. This is where we're going to enter. See, this is a down close candle below the 50%, right?
Yes.
You can get in, right? Based off that HPE, right?
That one solely. Yeah.
Just the sole HPE, right? But one of the most fundamental aspects about buying, the only thing that makes buying make sense is that you're buying what's being sold. So are there sell stops here?
I mean, technically, aren't there actually sell stops like on a fractal level? Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Right underneath those, yes, and you can pick those up. Which one is more dense, those two little sticks or this group of candlesticks that make up a low?
That group.
The group is a little thicker, right? So there's going to be a little more volume because there's more time spent in that area. So there's more sell stops in that area. You can also look at the time. It's like 4, 5, 6. This looks like it's going to happen around 7, 8 o'clock to get into that area based on, I'm just gauging the distance and when markets actually behave. So either way, there's more volume that's inside of this data than in those pins. And if I were to go to the line chart, there's actually no data there other than, here.
Nice.
So that's what's cool. That's what can filter your entries out. Like you can wait to start entering. You could start entering there if you want, or you can wait to start entering when you're actually dipping into some sell stops in that cheap environment. See, like right there, that's 6 o'clock. That's a down close candle. You see where it's at? It's in a cheap part of this price range from this low to high, and it's where their sell stops located. You could buy that. You're expecting an up move, you can buy that. That's what you're anticipating, a reaction. So you got to train your mind to anticipate reaction and not to react to it. See, so when the market is here, this is literally exactly when you should be transacting, and you see the anticipation pays off. That's how you get positioned in literally the low, because you're buying the candles that are forming the lows in the proper environments. Okay?
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
But it just made a bullish engulfing.
So now I should start buying in the and look at with that theory though, look with that idea. Because that engulfing just formed, if I bought right there, one, I'm buying closer to the high than I am the low of that candlestick. And then inside this price range, I'm buying expensive. This, if I buy here, I'd be chasing the market. See here, you're buying on the way down. You're buying anticipating that run up to take out those highs.
Damn.
So now we have candle closure up on top. What do? What is the market saying?
Close your order. Get
it's,
out.
It's literally giving you the chance to get out and profit. Just take it. And that's that range, inside to outside.
Beautiful.
Let's see.
So simple and easy to understand and comprehend.
Suppose we could do this one here. All right, if I did from this low to this high, all right, and this is the range. Underneath all these lows is where there's sell stops. All the sell stops in the range are cheap. They're all in the cheap environment. So you see the reaction here? See how I ran in and had an up candle up here is because it reacted to what was there. So right in that environment, down candle, down candle, down candle. Those are buying opportunities. They're all in a good part of the clock too. So every one of those down close candles, you could buy right there in that environment where there's sell stops in the cheap environment too. And you can go for the stops on top. So it'll look like this again. Close in this environment, that's a buy. You're anticipating up movement. Down close in this environment, that's a buy. Anticipating up movement. Down close, but not in the cheap environment, not below the low, don't want it. This one is in the environment. I want it. See, it's real estate. I buy real estate, not the houses. Or I buy the land, not the house. So the candles are like the houses. I'm more so interested in the land that they're printing on. So now I'm expecting a reaction to go after the buy stops. The market here is giving you the opportunity to exit and profit. Take it. Get used to it. That's another example. Reaching in the cookie jar, grabbing the cookie, moving it over, giving it to these guys, leaving with the bag, over and out. this high to this low. Here's a move inside to a move outside. This last up candle up there was at 11:15. This one was 11:30. So it was on the late part of Asia, like a good NZD time. But look at where price was. It couldn't even help it. This is an expensive price range. And then this is specifically above this high right here. There's buy stops there that you could sell to over here in this expensive environment. And it ran out the lows right here. The sell stops, which you could buy on this side. So pulling it back. This is the market getting ready to make its run inside. And I already see all of these highs are buy stops. You could sell to buy stops. This area is expensive within this price range from high to low. So actually, these are buy stops, but they're cheap. And then these are buy stops, and those are expensive. And that's what the market has available. That's what it has to offer. It has some here. But in the end, we'll see what it reacts to over here. Up close candle. So reaction. Get out. That's how you trade. That's inside to outside. You're entering on orders, you're exiting on orders. Every trade always makes sense. You're selling to buy stops, you're buying it back from sell stops, or vice versa. You'll purchase sell stops and then sell them to buy stops. You're not ever going to purchase these body part patterns or geometric shape patterns or animal patterns. You're just going to do the pattern of trading. You're buying what's sold. You're selling what's being demanded. You're supplying the demand and you're demanding the supply, whatever you want to think of it as. It's that simple. It's not about animal patterns or gimmicky patterns or as many candlestick names you can name. No, there's only one candle pattern. That's the open high low close bar. That's one pattern. And all it does is it shows trading activity. And I just keep on showing you it's too perfect. Like all of this is showing you what's going on and how these runs are happening. It's too dead on. Look what's going on here. Just in this area. This is an outside to outside. See this low and this high? They make a range. And the area beyond them are what's called extreme environments. Above a high is buy stops in that extreme. In the extreme below a low are sell stops. Look what happens here. This isn't random. The market ran into where there's sell stops and had a reaction. You see how fast it goes for it? And then right there you get up. So we could probably get in this guy, and this guy. See how I'm ignoring all the up candles?
Mhm.
Oh, there's a bullish engulfing here, bullish engulfing here. That'll put you on this price point, and now you're away from sell stops. That doesn't make sense in trading. Buying near the low, down candles, anticipating up movements near sell stops where you can actually pick something up, that makes a lot more sense to me. So let's just redo all this. This is when the range was made right here, low and high. We got the order where the orders are resting currently right now. There are no orders in here. Maybe on a micro level, yeah, but for this time chart, the swings are here and here. So the orders are where these boxes are for the 15-minute chart. That's a down close candle in our environment. Pick that up. Ignore this guy. But during that 15 minutes, if you bought below the open price, below this candle's low, that's technically a HPE. You're buying below the open of a 15-minute candle and below the previous low of a 15-minute in the proper environment. So you're still smacking the chart heavy. I'm just showing you a very practical way to allow like candles to close and objectively get into them and still catch the market rotating off of those entries. Another down close candle here, right on it. Let's hit it. Reaction. Leave it alone. Do not buy up here. This is where everybody else is buying. Now watch what's going to happen to their orders. Drawdown. Ours are still good. Keep waiting. Let's get in again. You see, we're all about the zone. They're all about the tricks. I'm not about the tricks. These zones don't move. They're just solid. They just stay still. Price ticks up and down. This doesn't move. Reaction. Follow through. Reaching. I'm out. That's another trade. Outside to outside. Picking up sell stops, dropping them off to buy stops. And you see why I call it an install, right? We're not guessing here. It's literally an upload of the exact trades you want to be taking. I don't know how else to put it. It's like we're learning 100% correctly 100% of the time. There's no wasting your time. Like when you study like this, you're not wasting your time. You're maximizing your time studying. You're taking in data objectively and purely and effectively, and it's going to yield you a return. Like when you're in the real game, your memory bank is going to be filled with these examples, and that's what you're going to have to draw from when you're in the heat of the moment. Right now, when you're in the heat of the moment, if you don't have a lot of this drill time with under your belt, what you have to go by is those old videos that you binge watched. Those boring technical analysis videos, those start to infiltrate your mind and you start to project it on the screen, and it affects how you perform. So you want to saturate your mind with this kind of teaching, like this kind of drilling. You want to be in a habit of getting in correctly and exiting correctly. You want to do things correctly. At least I do. When it comes to my money, bro, I need to do it correctly. I'm not trying to play around. So like, I don't know if maybe some of y'all like to play around, or maybe y'all like to think, doing it correctly is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I recommend it. Definitely recommend. All right, next one. Some of y'all do like to play with your money though. I'm just saying.
You gotta get out the gambler's mentality.
What's that?
You kind of got to get out the gambler's mentality.
Yeah, that'll mess you up. That will mess you up. So we have a price range from high to low established. We have high prices and cheap prices. This is automatically what we want to look at for selling. Do we see any sell stops in this environment that's available? Naj got this one. Or buy stops, my bad. these, and then like above these, I'll just put it right here if it got in this area.
Bam.
You guys see the orders, right?
I'm seeing them.
Specifically in this environment. So we're too cheap to sell, and we're not where there's sell stops. We're actually where there's we're where there's sell stops, but we want to be where there's buy stops. And we're in a cheap environment. So we'd actually be better off buying here, to be honest, and then exiting where there's orders here, anticipating the sell move. So I'm showing you how sometimes how I layer multiple trades. I can see that overall I want to sell, but right now the conditions aren't the best for the selling. So in order to get myself up to those prime conditions, I will short-term buy, get out where I will start to put my sell in. I'll get out on the first exit and then start to work in my sell positions. And then cover here. See what happens. Okay, so price took this. There's a up close candle there. What should we do?
Saw that.
Why not? It's objective now. It could keep, you can go into drawdown, but considering the drawdown you could have been in, like how you were taught how to trade before, like selling all in here and in here, all of that's too early. You're chasing the market. Selling up here and going into drawdown and adding more by breaking up your position, that's way smarter. Up close candle on top of more orders. What do you do?
So
Sale.
So you see, I'm programming you to see the opportunity is this area and these orders. That's opportunity. See, and then that's the reaction you anticipate. Because those are the ingredients that creates highs and lows. That's what I'm teaching you. So there you go. You got a nice reaction off. It's coming away. It's coming towards what? What's sell stop?
Stops.
See what's up here now again? See, like you would be selling here and selling here, but in the cheap environment. But now what's happening is there's buy stops loading up in that expensive side again. If there's an up candle that's going to close right here, I'll sell again. Still expecting the same outcome. There's just more sell stops loading into the game. More stops. Yeah, you lucky this time. Sheesh, it wants to give it to me. Does it want to give it? I just want to take it just because it touched it. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you got to act just on a touch. I'll take that one too, just because. Look at that reaction. See where my cells are being positioned? I'm like literally ignoring all of this crap. I'm just staring at my area. There we go.
Boom. Perfect.
Wow, the way I see this is it wants to give me more. So it took these, it's reacting, it's leaving these on the table, and it's coming back up. And it wants to give me more. Should I take it right here? See,
not yet.
It's the same principle now, like, because now the market is in motion now. That's the thing. So now I'm above this little candle high, or I could wait for it to get up there again. I could chance it, even though I think it's in motion now. So which one? Wait or get in as the market is in motion?
I'll get in.
Anybody else?
I personally wouldn't.
Yeah, I would say since it made kind of a new low, I would get in. So I would
And
get
it's
like a
coming.
range.
It's on the cheap side. It's below a previous low. It's coming off a previous low, and it has to go unload up there above the other ones on the in the red
But
area.
but remember, don't forget, this is the range. So this was the inside move. That's why I say the market's already in motion to the downside to go after the low here. So this is just probably a secondary opportunity. See, like a short-term one. All right. Well, I'll hold. I'll wait for the responsible traders. Want to trade where it makes sense. All right, fine. Haha. Wow.
See, now I'm in there.
What's going on, Vikram? Man,
What do you mean?
Got it.
I mean, you're an expert, bro. Like I couldn't even budge you. What made you hold on to your idea?
My idea was because the market flows from highs to lows, and I had honestly I don't know what it was. I knew that there was a lot of inventory up there, and price
Yeah,
went below, and it was in the cheaper side. I mean,
yeah,
everything lined up. The timing was perfect as well because we were in the
this is
that
10 o'clock
range of
now.
time, right?
So see, your understanding actually didn't even let me budge you. Price was
Yeah,
cheap.
correct.
It doesn't matter what you see here. Price is cheap. Price is price, yo. Inventory is up here. It's not down here.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna go skyrocketing or whatever, right? Like it is, it's
No,
there.
because
It's in the cheaper section.
it's still a down range. It was just that down here there's no opportunity, but here there is opportunity. So you were able to discern between, nah, bruh, that's too early. You want to be getting in up here. So that's like pretty big. That's major. Sell that. I'll sell to that. Reaction.
See ya.
What do I have the opportunity to do down there?
Would have been out of there.
What about if you didn't get out? What would you do here?
Get in again. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Oh wait, actually, it didn't close though. That's the thing. If it doesn't close,
never left the range.
yeah.
As far as like the points, the high and low points. And close right there. I'm out. See, this is a wick. This is a bot.
Yeah.
I'm out.
See ya.
You could have gotten all out there though, because at one point that was a body and it's still in that environment. So if you set your TP at that line or slightly below, you'd still be out here. The same place that this closed is right there on that low. So either one, you're good. This one just let me sneak in another entry. But I'm just showing you, like, let's say you didn't set a TP. Sometimes this happens. You can still take advantage. So that's another way, again, seeing range. Range. So you're seeing price range of prices, cheap and expensive, and then you're seeing orders. So all of the buy stops that we're seeing here were actually positioned in an expensive part of the price range. So they really made that one, despite how crazy it looks like in here, it's actually very simple to trade. You just keep selling above those highs or at those highs in that expensive part of that price range. Forget all the rest. All this stuff is just noise to get you trapped up into the market versus like positioned well. And that's another example there. Let's go into this one. Last one.
How much time do we have left?
6 minutes.
All right, good.
Low to high. Automatically, I'm looking in this environment because it's a cheap environment in the price range. It's where the low is at. The low is down here. This is the bottom half of the price range. This is considered a cheaper part of the price range. And more specifically, where are the sell stops that are cheap to pick up?
Right there.
There you go.
According to my calculation.
They literally don't hide from anybody.
Then they're hidden in plain sight. Well, not really hidden.
Yeah, it's just right there below all these lows, below where there's data within this range. That's where there's sell stop. These two sell stop areas are where they're in the cheap environment, so they're both good to look at.
Damn, I would completely ignore this one.
Well,
I already know it.
I only consider it because of the 50 is right here. And that is like data. Remember, that's time spent in an area, so there's volume there. So there's stops there. So I'll at least, if anything, you can see a reaction that can get you in like that. Something like that. See, so price is now in here. Let's see if it reacts. See, so it compressed and it went down and up. So it's like, it's kind of just scrubbing in that area because of what's there. Else it would have just kept going through.
True.
Because it
so
kept
it's collecting.
It would have kept seeking. So yeah, it's either just absorbing to keep on passing through, but whatever the case is, it's reacting to the area. It's the orders that are there that it's responding to. That's why the printing is changing. See that reaction? It's coming off back to now we're back expensive, and now we have a new batch of orders here. These are already filled. These are available. See? That's how you do. So you keep it updated. So see right now, it's above this high and this high in the expensive part. What are these blue circles?
Buy stops.
All right, what is this environment up here?
Expensive.
So those are expensive buy stops. So watch how the market behaves. The reason there is no buying that's being done from us here is because nothing's being picked up. So it's still building. We got to wait. Even when it's leaving like this, some people would think they miss it. And then all throughout here, they try to buy. But now they're buying expensive. They're chasing the market and they're putting their stops below these lows, which is what I'm waiting for. We're going to buy them. I'm waiting to pick them up because the market hasn't picked anything up yet. So I'm going to wait. Right there.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Right here. That's when I do it. This is when everybody be thinking the worst. Like it's going to be head and shoulders and all this stuff, you know. But this is the best part to buy. This is literally the best time.
Wait, that's a double bottom though, with a retest of the neckline.
Exactly. That's why it's probably even more rich in sell stops. Reaction. Yeah. See, it's not random. When it's time, it's time.
It isn't random at all. Holy shit.
Look what it's going for. These guys here, these guys here. These are took.
It's okay.
I meant to get out on the up candle, but I clicked too fast. But you want to get out on the up close candle above that high. Make sense?
Yup.
That's another inside to outside.
It's just simple.
It's midnight, 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30. 1:45, 2 o'clock, we have takeoff. And I think that pretty much sums up range theory. Do you guys have any, questions on that?
So we shouldn't buy double bottoms.
If you want to, you can. I'm just saying, like, just see what the market says. Should you buy it? Let the market tell you.
I think I finally filtered a lot of that mess out of my head because I'm like, what is he talking about? And I'm like, oh yeah, I see what he's saying.
What, the double bottoms and stuff? This one right
Yeah.
here?
Before it would be like so self-evident. Like you're saying head and shoulders is like I have to now really consciously think, like, what are we talking about again?
Yeah, like you just forgot all about how the market works in reality.
It didn't produce success. There was no stability, no solid ground to stand on with it, no truth.
Key takeaways and summaries. Let's go.